Hi everybody, John Curtin here from QVScriptor. Just going to show you how to enable a self-service user in QVScriptor today by providing them with QVDs. So what I've done is I've set up in my administration, so only administrator users can do this, set up a self-service deployment folder, and then I've linked it. You can see it's on my local user, so obviously in a server environment this will be your server URL pointing to whichever folder you are giving the users access to and managing the NTFS on that server. Additionally, what I've done is I've created a connection. So if I go into my connections here, you can see I've created a self-service QVD connection that points to my local folder and that target deployment folder where I'm going to be deploying the QVDs for the end users. So as a developer user or as a self-service business user with access to the data, first thing I can do is create a schema. And let's just call it SSBI user or SS user. So then I can start dragging in some scripts. So I'll take customers, orders, and order details. So what I want to do is to convert these script objects into QVD generators and then QVDs. So what I need to do is to come in and edit the script, and from here use the customers to generate my QVD. I'm going to tell it that it needs to generate that QVD. It's going to drop the table afterwards for me, so that's okay. Same with orders. And the QVD file, and OK. And you'll notice that the icon has changed. It now has a cog on it, which means that it's a SQL file that has become a QVD generator. See the same with this SQL load and order details. So the script is already loaded into my central script repository. That's why I can just select them. And there we go. So now I've created 3 QVD generators, and what I can do now is to go and generate those as apps. So I'll generate an app from this one, create a QlikView app, call it SSBI. There's my application, and from here I can generate the application script. So now if I go to my file section, you can see here I have a QVW for my application. But what QVScriptor has done is actually to, in my same project, it's actually generated the QVD generators for me, and here I can see the output QVD files. So what I can do is from here select all of them, tell it to generate the QVD files for me and to auto check in the folder because I'm done with my work. Generate QVD generators. And 3 QVD generators has been generated for me. So what I want to do next is go into my file section, and over here I can see my QD files. There you can see the little line means that they have been checked in, and so they are in the repository. And what I can do from here is to select all of them, right click and deploy them to a target. At the moment you can see they're still in my local folder, so they're sitting under my project, which is my training project. So what I want to do is to deploy these now to a target, and from here I can deploy them to the self-service. So this is now approved data for the self-service users. Okay, checked in. So if I change my deployment target to self-service, I can see those QVDs are now lying over there, and QVScriptor has automatically put them as writable, so they can be loaded from the QVWs as per. If you have set your incremental reloads on those, they will be reloaded. So what we're going to do now is pretend we're a self-service business user. We come in to Scriptor. We come into a folder, for instance, so we'll just use the demo project. We'll create a new schema, and this one we'll just call QVD schema. And there I have my empty schema. And now from here, as a business user, I can come and connect to that folder. If I have the rights to do so, it'll pop up and give me a warning. That's fine. So in my self-service folder, it's now created a folder for me called QVD data. And if I go into there, I'll find the QVDs. They'll be under the training folder as per my project. So what I can do now is to start utilizing these in my schema. So I have my customers over there, and you can see the icon represents a QVD. So I have my customers, my orders, and my order details. There, I created my own data schema as a self-service user, and the same way I can now create my own application by creating an app, calling it SSBI customers. It will go and create the application for me, and I can generate my app over here. So then it's generated my app for me, and if I go to my general files, then I can see it's already checked out, which means I'm busy editing this file now. So from here I can go and find that local file as a business user, pick up the file and reload the file with the data and create any type of view, whether I'm using QlikView client or whether I'm using the QlikView browser playground area. I can then create any type of view that I want on that data that has been generated by QVScriptor. So there's my data. I can save it, close my QlikView application, and from here I can check the application in. So then what I can do as a self-service business user is also deploy it to a target. I might have different targets over here, but we'll just put it in the self-service as well. It's successfully checked in or deployed, and then I can come to my area, look at my applications, and you can see my QVW is now writable, so it can be reloaded with data, and it's fully generated from QVD data. So what I've shown is how to create QVD generators, how to deploy the QVDs for a self-service business user, how a self-service business user can use the QVDs to generate their own applications, and then deploy those applications to themselves or to their own users. So thank you for your time, and I look forward to working with you soon.